My name is Lisa. I'm a working mom living with my husband, Noah, our always smiling daughter, Madison, and my mother-in-law, making us a family of 4. Madison is always full of energy and seems to have so much fun every day. My mother-in-law is kind to her, and with Noah being such a devoted father, I get a lot of help in various ways.
Daddy, Madison finished cleaning the bath.
I just finished cleaning too. Well, the bathroom is sparkling. That's amazing, Madison.
I scrubbed really hard.
Great job, both of you. Madison, go wash your hands, we're having a snack.
Yay, snack time.
Madison is always such a good helper.
These people are Noah, Madison, and my mother-in-law. She always has a smile and gives off a kind impression. But when it's just the two of us, she constantly nags me about everything. She also dumps all the housework on me, does nothing, and just lounges around in the way, which has been a real struggle for me.
Oh, I see. So you're really doing your part as a daughter-in-law, huh?
Well, I guess. I try to ignore the nagging, but honestly, it's exhausting. She doesn't even try to help with any of the housework, you know?
That sounds tough. You had a hard time when you gave birth to Madison too, didn't you?
Exactly. Right after giving birth, she made me cook and do the laundry while still nagging at me. And after all that, she would just complain about the food I made and end up throwing it away.
Lisa, you're such a hard worker. You never complain and still take care of everything for your family. That's really admirable.
This is my mother, Sao. Every now and then, I come back to my parents' house to vent to her like this. My mother was born with a condition that makes it difficult for her to move her legs, so she uses a wheelchair. Even so, she raised me and can even drive a car. I truly think she's amazing and respect her from the bottom of my heart, but...
Lisa, how many times do I have to tell you? You need to cook properly, you know? Honestly. But considering where you grew up, I suppose this level of cooking is only to be expected.
Mother-in-law? As you can see, I'm cooking just fine. Unlike my mother-in-law had a completely different personality. No matter what I did, she was never satisfied. She constantly found something to criticize and would even look down on me, including my upbringing. I couldn't stand that part of her, but since we were living together, I didn't want to cause any conflict. So, I tried my best to endure it. Then, one day...
Your dad. When I saw him the other day, he seemed to be doing fine, but now...
Grandpa.
Hey, Lisa, I know this might not be the best time, but what do you think about having your mom move in with us?
Huh?
I just think it'd be really hard for her to live alone. She must be feeling lonely too, and right now, she's probably really scared.
Noah suggested that my mother move in with us. I was really worried about her, so I took him up on his offer, and we started living together.
Grandma, we're home.
We're home. Sorry, work ran late. Were you okay?
Welcome back. I was totally fine. But Noah's mother suddenly dropped by this afternoon.
My mother told me that my mother-in-law had suddenly entered through the unlocked back door. Then, she handed my mom her worn-out pumps and took my mother's brand-name bag instead. Furious at my mother-in-law for barging in unannounced and being so rude to my mom, Hello, mother-in-law? I heard you came over without saying anything and took my mother's bag?
Oh my, I just exchanged it for my pumps. I mean, I got them from a neighbor a few years ago, but they're still good quality, you know?
What are you even saying? You know my mother doesn't wear pumps, right? And coming in through the back door like that.
We're family, so what does it matter where I come in from? Your mother was just the same as always.
After that incident, my mother-in-law started doing the same thing more and more frequently. I had Noah talk to her about it, but she refused to listen. So, at the very least, I started locking the back door and even added extra locks as a precaution. Then, one day, while I was working as usual, I got a call from my mom asking for help. I rushed home as fast as I could, but... I'm home. Mom, wait. Mom, stay with me.
Oh my, Lisa, what about work?
Mother-in-law. You're here. My mom called me, so I rushed back in. Wait, is that my dad's keepsake in your hand? When I rushed home, I found my mother lying on the floor and my mother-in-law holding my father's keepsake. My mother was taken to the hospital, but she remained unconscious, so I stayed by her side.
Hello? How's your mother doing? Is it looking bad? If I hadn't been there, she might not have made it in time. You know?
What are you even saying? This happened because you were there.
Oh my, how awful. Are you trying to blame me? You really say the nastiest things.
By the way, why were you holding my father's keepsake when I got home?
Oh, was that your father's? I had no idea.
I never said that, but…
I keep telling you, don't I? I was just trading things.
Trading?
Anyway, from the looks of it, she might not make it, her. She is insured, right? How much do you get? And there's still plenty left from your father's inheritance, isn't there?
Mother-in-law, what are you even talking about?
Well, I have been taking care of her, so make sure the insurance payout goes into my account.
I don't recall you taking care of her.
Oh, but this is perfect timing. I have it planned with my neighborhood friends, now it's going to be even more luxurious.
Mother-in-law, can we not talk about vacations right now?
Why shouldn't I? I'll be taking what's rightfully mine, so just hand over the money already.
And with that, my mother-in-law hung up the phone. At that moment, I heard something snap inside me, like a thread breaking or a fuse blowing. Then, 1 week later…
Hello, Lisa? I just wanted to ask about your mother's insurance payout. When is it coming in? Could you hurry up and process the transfer?
What are you talking about? My mother made a full recovery and was discharged from the hospital the other day. And just to be clear, the insurance money has nothing to do with you. While we're at it, I have no intention of giving you my father's inheritance either.
Didn't you hear what I said? I'm leaving for a trip with my neighborhood friends tomorrow. I assumed you'd be transferring the money, so I booked the most expensive package.
That's not my problem. That's your responsibility for making a reservation without confirming anything first.
Oh my responsibility. How rude. You've embarrassed me in front of everyone. You need to go and apologize to my friends.
Excuse me?
Of course you should. We were all so excited about this trip. And because you're being so stubborn, it's all ruined.
Look, I already told you, insurance money isn't.
Oh, there you go again, making excuses. Just proves what kind of background you come from, though, isn't it?
And what exactly do you mean by that?
Oh, who knows? What could I mean? Anyway, bring a fancy gift box, admit this was your fault, and go around apologizing to everyone.
All right, I've had enough. I'm hanging up now. I said that and hung up the phone, then headed to a certain place. The next day, my mother-in-law insisted that I come to her house, so I reluctantly went.
Lisa, what the hell did you do?
Huh? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
Don't play dumb. You went around telling my neighbors all kinds of things about me, didn't you?
I didn't do anything like that. I just did exactly what you told me. I went around and apologized. I made sure to visit everyone's house and showed proper respect, just as you asked.
Liar. You even brought your mother along, didn't you? You were just trying to gain sympathy and make me look like the bad guy.
I asked Lisa to take me, and we did exactly as you said. We brought a proper gift box as well.
What the hell are you doing here? So you're playing the victim too, huh? Trying to make yourself look pitiful.
With all due respect, mother-in-law, my mother and I only stated the facts. I simply said, it seems my mother-in-law was planning to use my mom's insurance money for her trip. And then I told them, but since my mom made a full recovery and was discharged, we regretfully couldn't provide the funds for the trip. We sincerely apologize. That's all. Just the plain truth.
Wow, why the hell would you say something so unnecessary?
I listened to Lisa's explanation and apologized together with her. After all, this kind of behavior seems to be normal for you.
Don't be ridiculous. Stop talking nonsense.
Oh my, but you were the one who told Lisa to go and apologize, weren't you?
That doesn't mean you should tell them everything honestly. How the hell are you going to fix this?
Mom, that's enough already.
Grandma, you're always saying stuff like this. You're being way too selfish.
When my mother-in-law saw Noah and Madison suddenly appear.
Noah, Madison, why are you here?
Lisa told me that you called her over, so we came along. I am her husband after all. Of course, I'd be here.
Yesterday, Daddy and I went to apologize together too.
What did you just say?
Our grandma said sorry, so Madison made sure to say it too.
Even you two. You really went through all this trouble just to humiliate me, how?
Lisa didn't do anything. I chose to go apologize myself.
Madison can't stay home alone yet, so I went with Daddy.
Still, you didn't have to make Noah and Madison go through that.
I wanted to go. Why are you blaming Lisa and my mother-in-law? And while we're at it, Mom, you never even visited when she was in the hospital. Did you even bother apologizing?
Grandma, you took things from our house. You're supposed to ask before you take something, like saying, "Can I borrow this?" or "Can I have this?" That's just good manners.
Oh, Madison, it's not like that, sweetie. I was just trading things. I've explained that to your mom so many times. So really, it's just that your mom didn't explain it properly. Lisa, you're really terrible for making Madison misunderstand like this.
No. You came into our house without permission and conveniently called it trading. I know you even took things that were stored away in drawers. That's not trading.
Oh, come on, it's not like I made a mess or anything. So what's the big deal?
Are you serious? I already couldn't forgive you for taking my things, but now you were trying to take my husband's too. That I will never forgive.
After Madison called out her habit of taking things without permission and we all confronted her, my mother-in-law.
It was just stuff you weren't using anymore. So what's the big deal? And yet, you all got so desperate trying to take it back. Honestly, it was hilarious. Oh ho ho ho.
Excuse me, Troom-san. Do you even hear yourself right now?
You are absolutely disgusting. I can't believe this.
How did I ever call you a friend? This is terrifying.
Wait, why are all of you here? And that's not how it happened. You're misunderstanding everything. It was just a little miscommunication.
What part of this was a miscommunication? Everything was perfectly clear.
We heard everything from Lisa, so don't even think about lying.
Lisa's mother was hospitalized, wasn't she?
That's got nothing to do with me. Her mother just accidentally slipped on her own, that's all.
That's not true. When I tried to stop you from taking my late husband's belongings, you pushed me.
Oh my God. And now you're trying to avoid responsibility?
This is beyond horrible. A normal person would never do something like this.
And on top of that, you called it trading while taking an expensive handbag. Disgusting.
Oh, come on, everyone. I didn't do anything like that.
Enough, Troom-san. Just stop already.
What's with you all suddenly?
Have you already forgotten that you did the same kind of thing to us?
And the things you traded with Lisa's mother were actually our belongings. That's beyond low.
How do you all know about that?
Because I wore it when I went out today. I figured since it was mine, it was only proper to wear it. It turned out that my mother-in-law had even taken belongings from her neighborhood friends. Because of that, everything was exposed, and she...
What do you mean by proper manners? You had no business doing something so unnecessary.
No! Mother-in-law, you have no right to blame anyone else.
What the hell are you saying? Everything you do is unnecessary. I told you to go apologize, but I never said you had to bring all this up.
Enough already.
We're sick and tired of your selfish behavior.
From now on, don't involve yourself with us. Let's go.
Wait a minute. Lisa, because of you, everyone just left. How are you going to fix this?
You brought this upon yourself. My husband supported me all my life. His belongings are precious to me. What you did is unforgivable.
She's right. And not just that, you've treated Lisa and my mother-in-law terribly all this time. A mother who has no compassion for her own family. I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
What do you mean by that?
I mean I'm cutting ties with you. No matter what I say, you're never going to change. And I refuse to let you keep making Lisa and my mother-in-law miserable.
Noah, what are you saying? Cutting ties. Isn't that a little dramatic?
How can you laugh in a situation like this? I'm seriously furious right now.
After being scolded by my mother and disowned by Noah, my mother-in-law.
Wait, why are you all being so harsh? Hey, Lisa, say something to Noah for me, will you?
No! My mother. My mother has never been able to run freely like we do. But despite that, she still raised me with so much love and care. Do you really think I could ever forgive you after everything you've said to insult her?
Okay, I'll apologize.
This isn't something that can be fixed with an apology.
Madison, Grandma's about to be disowned by Daddy. You don't want to stop seeing Grandma, do you? So tell Mommy and Daddy.
Huh? Who are you? Madison's real grandma's grandma Seo, right there.
What?
Mommy said I shouldn't talk to strangers, so I won't talk to you anymore. Ugh.
Madison too? Lisa, mother-in-law, I'm so sorry. I truly regret everything. I'll apologize as many times as it takes. Please forgive me.
No, I won't forgive you. There are things in life you just can't undo, and you have long since crossed that line.
When I first heard about what you did, I couldn't believe it. But once I realized it was all true, I just felt nothing. I've learned that when anger and disappointment go beyond a certain point, you just go completely cold.
Noah, please, don't say that. From now on, I'll change my ways.
People don't change that easily. And I don't believe a word you're saying.
I promise I'll never do anything like this again. Please, forgive me.
No. You need to take responsibility for your own actions.
And make sure to return Grandpa's things. Farewell.
After that, my mother-in-law became an outcast in the neighborhood. Rumors are a terrifying thing. Stories spread wildly, growing more exaggerated with each retelling. People mixed truth with fiction, making it impossible for her to defend herself. And since the fact that my mother was hospitalized was undeniable, she had no way to correct the narrative. Living in a residential area meant there were always watchful eyes around, leaving her with nowhere to go. In the end, she could no longer step outside, leading a miserable, reclusive life. As for us,
Mommy, Daddy, let's have some snacks.
Here you go.
wow, this brings back memories. You used to make this for me all the time when I was little.
Oh, this is the one Lisa makes sometimes. I see now. So Lisa's cooking skills must come from you, mother-in-law.
Do you think I can be as good at cooking as Mommy and Grandma someday?
Of course, we'll learn lots of things together, little by little.
Yeah, and one day, I'm gonna bake a cake bigger than this whole house.
My mother has fully recovered and is back to living her usual energetic life. She gets along well with Noah, and on weekends, she sometimes bakes treats for us like this. Madison is always clinging to her, grinning happily. She seems to love listening to my mother's stories and often chats excitedly with her. And my mother, completely smitten with Madison, smiles so warmly, radiating happiness. Thanks to Noah's kindness, I didn't have to leave my mother alone. When I expressed my heartfelt gratitude, Noah just smiled at me. Being blessed with such a loving family, I felt truly fortunate. I want to create a home where everyone in my family feels every day is full of happiness. With that thought in mind today, once again, I am spending a wonderful time with my beloved family. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.